Welcome,
Oh,
welcome, welcome. It's Friday. It's the Nerd Den.
Nerd
Whoa!
Dan.
What's up, Doc?
Hey guys.
Happy Friday.
Thanks, man.
What you got going on, man? How are things?
I'm good, bro. Just
Yeah.
just telling my wife to stay out of my business.
You know,
It's an
again,
inside
I
joke. My
told
wife's lovely.
we the inside joke is that we all told our wives what to do, and they all
Keep
and
your
they
trap
and we're
shut.
and we're all able to talk tonight because we're not staying in the house.
Yeah, I'm
We've
good,
all
dude.
been kicked out of the house. We have all been kicked.
Broadcasting from my Kia Soul in the Walmart parking lot.
That's right. Live from Ollie's,
Live from the Waffle House.
from the Waffle House. That's right. The parking lot where I'll be sleeping tonight. Yeah, no, everything's good. Yeah, man, it's been a good week. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Got a few good comic book things to talk about. And yeah, we are joined by Avery, aka Studio 7.62, and Zach and Dusty. And Uncle Andrew will be here shortly. He usually strolls in whenever his tiny little toothpick legs can carry him here. So yeah, how has everyone else's, how's your week been?
Well, no complaints. No complaints. No complaints. I don't really have anything else to say on that.
Excellent. vibrant live community.
Sex
I've been
bots.
doing my part. I've been doing my part to help support the undesirables. So I get a medal.
You have, that is true. Dusty has been putting in Yauman's work with it, you know, it's interesting. Like we have a playlist set up for the summer. Like right before the summer started, Melissa, my wife, and I just like listed a whole bunch of movies that we want to show the kids.
Mm.
You know, like the movies that'll help them grow up a bit, like the Goonies, right? And one of those movies was Secret of Nim.
Oh
yeah. And so they're watching Secret of Nim right now, and I was watching it before we hopped on, and I realized that the journey seems very similar to what Dusty's been going through.
Oh yeah. There's a 25th anniversary of Secret. I saw.
Is it really?
Yeah, Don Bluth posted on, because he's still on on Twitter, or somebody runs his account. But yeah,
it's seriously, like, by far, it's such a good movie.
Did I ever show
Dusty,
you guys?
have you ever seen Secret of Nim?
Take a guess.
God, you've never seen anything.
No way.
Oh.
You haven't seen Secret of Nim? I guess it's kind of like maybe, I don't know, man.
Secret of Nim is so good. We're gonna have to do, like, we're gonna have to, so the minute we kick the community up a notch again, we're gonna have to start doing movie nights and do like Secret of Nim and all this other shit. You know, we have to, like, we gotta get Dusty some good movie stuff going on. There's so many good movies.
Oh yeah, man, 100%. Secret of Nim is one of those. You know, though, like Gremlins, the stuff that like our parents put us in the theater when we were like 5. That's just actually kind of scary. Either that or children are just not equipped anymore.
Yeah, MK, what's up, man? He says super good. Yeah, I can't. I'm actually a little shocked that Dusty has not seen Secret of Nim. Although, to be fair, we had a little bit of a technical thing because I still have like my kids have also gotten into DVDs and like my old PlayStation 2 lately. And so I've just been like, well, hell, I'll break out my DVDs and put them in. And like, I will tell you, I am meticulous. You know, certainly Avery will tell you this, and certainly Andrew will tell you this. Like, I mint condition everything. So my DVD collection is pretty mint. And like, they're still glitchy now. Like, they just degrade. I mean, granted, they're like 30 years old, but like, they degrade. It's unbelievable. I never thought that DVDs would degrade. Like the Secret. I have the Secret of Nim on DVD, and it's mint, cherry mint, and we're watching it, and it's like halfway through, and all of a sudden it starts glitching out. And I'm like, Melissa's like, "Oh, it must be scratched." I'm like, "There's no way."
Right.
Oh, the lens could be dirty.
Could be the lens, yeah.
Maybe
The lenses do get dirty.
that might be it. I've never cleaned the lens on that PlayStation 2. That might be it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I need to see if my PlayStation 2 it worked. I still have it somewhere. And it worked the last time I had it out, and it's a launch day PS2.
MK says, yeah, I specifically bought a DVD VHS player just to move all to digital. So wait, you were like, MK, you got all your VHS and DVD stuff and just converted it to like MP4 or something? Yeah, I did that with some old TV shows and old movies from TV just so I can have commercials. Hell yeah, dude, just so you can have commercials. Thank you very much. That's the way it needs to be. Like there is something like I've even daydreamed about like just turning the TV on for the kids and then taking the remote away so they can't like fast forward the commercials just so that I can share my childhood trauma and pain with them. You know? And then MK says, and so I know Han shot first.
Right.
I know there's a way to set up all your movies, like rip them all and then have like a server that act where it looks like you're browsing Netflix. It automatically populates the title.
Yeah, you can do that. There's a lot of home theater stuff you can do. Like if you have a home server. I've looked into that a little bit. I don't really care. I mean, honestly, man, I barely have a MK's got it. That's Plex.
Yeah, Plex.
Plex
I barely have a time. MK says I use it, swear by it. I probably should do that. I have so many DVDs and CDs, and a lot of the music I have too is like, I don't know, man. I still believe in ownership. So I'd like to. I know they're all MP3s. And you're like, oh, just get it on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever.
Bro.
I'm like, man, I want to own my shit. Dude.
I was just thinking about that today. I saw a post like someone was like, "Did you use this?" It was Winamp, And I was just thinking about wherever the hard drive is that has like 7 or 8 weeks of consecutive music worth of MP3s that I've got.
You gotta make it, man. Like the craziest thing is the deeper we get into technology, the less and less people are gonna these companies are gonna generate. Like they barely generate vinyl, they barely generate CDs, and they barely generate cassette tapes. And when they do all of that stuff, it's really for like specialty market crap. And so you're all these new bands are coming out, and if you get again, my fear is like either they lose the license and the music is gone, or you just get banned from the platform and they just take your shit.
Yeah.
Where
to find music anymore in new music.
MK says Handbrake. Handbrake is awesome. I use Handbrake all the time. I use it for compression. It's interesting. I use Handbrake all the time to compress the animations and stuff that I'm making. And like whenever I'm downloading like something off of like a movie off of YouTube or something for research, I've never thought about using Handbrake to rip something. I don't know why it didn't occur to me.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing is
it's the front end for FFmpeg. Okay.
Yeah. What I've been doing actually is I've got like 20 years worth of MP3 files, just that I've moved from one computer to another. They're now on my Dropbox, and I have an app on my phone that syncs with my Dropbox and literally streams my music, the music that I own, to my phone.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is great. So, I mean, it's and so that works. Although it's really glitchy, and then for some reason like it won't like do like all files, but it works. And I look. I mean, ever since my old iPod died, I haven't been able to find any MP3 player that works just as well. I mean, and I've got like maybe like 3 or 4 of them sitting on my desk right now, and they all suck. So
yeah. I'm certainly thinking I'm with you, man. And MK says, yeah, I'm in the same boat, Zach. Like I'm actually down, not yet, because I got too much crap going on, but I'm definitely in the boat in the kind of that same camp. Like I'm thinking about already as it is, a lot of it for me is because like I'm just so busy making stuff that I don't actually I don't consume as much as I used to. And I'm of the mind like maybe I should just like get a dumb phone, get an MP3 player, same thing, like get the music that I want to get. I listen, my listening, I'm old enough where my music tastes are kind of locked. If I don't own the CD, I know I can get the CD or
Mhm.
whatever, burn all the stuff that I want to burn, and just own my shit off, like from my own
Hey,
private
Yeah, man. I
Pirate
would like
Bay,
server.
Pirate Bay, gotta love it. But let me ask you guys something. So I don't know if you heard this story. There was a band on Spotify that for a very brief moment was like at the top of all the playlists,
Yep.
and it is completely AI generated. I mean,
Yeah,
the
but
music,
listening to it.
yeah,
All
the
right.
music,
It's not even that good.
what?
It's not even that good. But yeah, I heard it. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
That's like
I
the
think
second
it's a-
time that's happened. The first guy got a lawsuit slapped against him.
Well,
Yeah, I
here's the
think
thing.
this is
though.
more of like curiosity. People are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
AI
Well-
music," and then they
well,
go and they
well,
check
he-
it out.
Well, here's the thing, because every time I log on to AI now, I get a prompt for some new band, and it's bands I've never heard of. Now, yes, they might be like human bands, but it just every time I see it, like my bullshit alarm goes off.
Mm.
And
You think-
I mean, the thing is that I've gotten to the part right now where my musical tastes have gotten so specific in a lot of ways that there's no that. So basically, I'm basically into like psychedelic space rock right now, or like like really freaky doom metal. And really, the only place you can find a lot of these places is on Bandcamp, and a lot of
Okay. Yeah, Bandcamp's
so
awesome.
so so I'm thinking, yeah, is Spotify literally generating these bands just for me, based on my history, or
Well, that's interesting you said that, because there is a theory. There's actually a theory going on right now. I mean, because all YouTube and all the music platforms are getting flooded with AI stuff, and a lot of it is just crap. But they're also like legitimate musicians, using AI to help them do sequencing and stuff. But there's a theory that Spotify is generating the AI music themselves. I mean, if you really look at it, what I think is going to be happening, I always try to like future cast, and just if you look where the technology is, you can kind of project out fairly easily where it's going to be in like 5 or 10 years, maybe sooner, because it's moving so fast. But I think what you're going to see very, very soon is these things like Spotify or iTunes or a new service that isn't out yet. The rendering time for AI music is going to be so fast that you're just going to have your own Pandora, basically, that's like key to all your, like, you'll say, I like Mastodon, and I like all the here's all the bands that I like, just the whole mix, and it will start to generate like brand new music. And if you don't like it, you just hit the fast forward button and it'll regenerate something new, and it'll take like 2 seconds. It'll be like boop, and a new track. And that way they're not going to be paying any royalties to anybody, but they'll still serve you ads, of course. So I think that's a business model that it has to be. They have to be looking at this as a business model, because they know the technology is coming that way.
Yeah.
Well, they also, because their own business model is just so incredibly shaky. I think I think last year was the first year they actually turned a profit. But the thing is that it's getting to the point now where a lot of bands are actually not putting the music on there anymore, because they don't make any money off of it, and it doesn't do them any good.
Yeah.
And then basically they're in the same position that MTV was,
Right.
back in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. Like, it was the only place you could discover new music, more or less. But they were completely at the mercy of their suppliers, which is, the music companies. And so what happens if, one day one of these music companies decides that they want to compete, that they don't like the deal they're getting, or or their top artists to say that they don't like Spotify or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Spotify. Did we just lose somebody?
Nobody important.
All right.
I'm kidding. It was just Dusty.
Okay. So,
by the way, wait, really quick. MK says, the CDDB project. Where did it all go?
Yeah.
Forgot
about that.
Yeah.
Hey, can I show you something? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Please finish.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
No, well, the thing is, I mean, look, AI is coming. It's not going to change, but there's something to keep in mind when it comes to new technologies. And I only read about this today, and it's actually true. Most revolutionary technologies, when they first come out, they don't the really important changes they make don't appear immediately because it takes time for the technology to really mature. It takes time for society to adapt to it, and it takes time for like for people to really grasp the profitable parts of it. So like for example, the automobile was first invented in the 1890s, but it wasn't until really the 1920s that it really became the standard mode of transportation. I mean, before then it was still compute. There were still horse and carts being in big cities as late as like the 1930s.
Right.
The film, movie cameras were invented around the 1918 in the 1890s. But it took about it wasn't until at the end of this really the 1920s again that they really started to push away vaudeville because that was the point where they really where the technology advanced to the point and people figured out how to use it. Same thing with personal computers. I mean, I remember I was using personal computers when I was 3 years old. It was the old Apple IIs.
Well, let me ask you a question.
But no,
then.
the point I'm trying to make is that it takes about a generation really for this technology to really take off. I don't think we're not even close to there yet. Sorry, what were you gonna ask?
I would counter on that and saying this is the first time in human history that we have self-advancing technology. It's going to advance itself, whereas there was dozens of iterations of the car before it got to mass production and that sort of thing. It's going to advance itself. It's going to be much quicker.
Well, last thing is
the other crazy thing, really quick. The other crazy thing is that, and I think about this a lot, is that like there are people like Elon Musk and very smart people who are like, yeah, essentially we're going to be like pets, right? Like they will essentially be like a cat or a dog to something that is much smarter than us and that we can't understand, which is true in a sense, except I don't know of any other instance. There is no other instance that I can think of throughout all of human history where a different species that's like a completely different species understood and spoke the same language, right? So like you can't talk to a dolphin and you can't talk to a sheep. Like you don't know what the elephant is saying. Like the elephant doesn't know what you're saying. My dog has no clue what I'm saying.
Well,
you can train them a little bit, but like this is something that understands your language, all languages perfectly. And I always think, I'll say this too. Like I always think it's a little I mean, I know everyone talks about like end of the world and extinction level event, but I also think that's and I certainly understand why, but I also think that assumption, you're placing a human made assumption on something that isn't human and has different motivations you can't even possibly understand.
Well, so let me run a scenario by it because like one of the ways this is going to affect us is probably in how we relate to the world around us. So yesterday we were cracking wise about sex robots and all that stuff, but no. So this is a serious thing. I want you to. So let's say, in sometime in the near future, you can get a robotic companion. Now this thing is it's fully mobile. It walks. It talks. It can perform manual labor, and you can use this thing to clean your house, clean your cat's box, cook your food, just basically do all the scut work that that generally speaking guys like us tend to procrastinate until basically the house is a wreck and we have to clean it up. You can get a robot to do that for you. Now add to the fact that you can make this robot look like, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe or whatever your idea of beauty is. And in addition to having it know all your favorite recipes, how to clean your house, how to hold a conversation if you want it. It also has the complete library of the Kama Sutra and every sex manual programmed into it and the physical ability to make use of it with you. And AI and the only way that this and it's done via an AI that's either embedded in it or pulled off the cloud or however it works. Now, this sounds like science fiction. It's a lot closer than we think. I mean, there are already like nonprofit organizations that are devoted to stopping this because, well, they don't like it. But it's going to happen, and I think people talking about AI is going to destroy music forever. It's going to destroy film forever. Maybe, maybe not. But I think we're going to have to start thinking really long and hard about how but how it's going to shape our relationships because I mean, look, you're not married, I'm not married, but the people here are, and just from my own experience, marriage is not easy. It's difficult sharing your life.
It is bro. It's a piece of cake.
Well, from what I've observed, look, I mean, I've got Todd. Look, Todd, you married a unicorn. All right, I've known people who haven't. So, but
And that unicorn was a sex robot.
actually, but seriously, what if? But
creations.
but seriously,
Not
what
the
if that's
fursuit.
what? Doc, you actually hit the nail on the head right there. What if that's the case for everybody? What if you can literally, instead of going through all the usual, courtship stuff, and finding a person, finding a man, finding a woman, and convincing them to wear the ring, or just go home with you for a night. All you got to do is go down to the local robot store and have the partner of your dreams literally manufactured for you.
Okay.
Now, if you just imagine what that will do to how human society functions, because
you're not taking into account our base animal instincts to procreate. Now, I mean, like society can do that. Like if you look at Japan and all the shut-ins and stuff like that, there was a guy who married that Hatsune Miku. Like it was like years ago, AI. It was like really rudimentary, right? And then they stopped doing the live service for it, so she pretty much died on him. But he like legally married his little. It was like a little handheld sort of thing with Hatsune Miku on it, right? Yeah, man, it's gonna happen, dude. I mean, whatever. Look. I mean, it's a mixture of society and psychology, but if you are a procreating animal and that's what you want to do, you're going to find a way to do it. Me, I say bring it on. Bring me a cat girl, whatever. I'm married. I'm married. That's cool, man. Look, let's imagine this. Imagine that my wife and I wanted to have a threesome. This is all hypothetical, of course. Say we wanted to have another chick come over, man. Like that's a pain in the ass. I'm sure. Like you got to do the ass.
Wait. It's only a pain in the ass if you choose to be receptive to the idea of pegging or something else.
No. But I mean, like, look, you gotta have to talk about you gotta make sure to look at her eyes and not theirs. It's like if it's a robot, it doesn't matter. You just have the truck pick it up when you're done. So like
truck pick it up.
Yeah. This can actually add to intimacy and closeness and take away a lot of the bullshit. That's what AI is supposed to do anyway, right? It's supposed to reduce the complexity of our lives. So if that means getting me a hot demi-human whatever off the Dork Mart sex shop and having it come over for like some sci-fi fantasy role play and spanking, that's cool. I'm down for it. Sign me up. I'm ready. And so is my wife, probably. I mean, can't speak for her, but I'm just saying that in my mind, she is. But I did marry her for a reason.
She is.
Well, the thing is, human beings by nature are adaptable. I think all the people who are prophesizing the end of the world because of this, just bear in mind that, like 100 years ago, people, people were prophesizing the same thing about the automobile or airplanes.
Yeah.
We'll adapt. I just I'm just curious to see how it turns out. Because I don't know if I'm gonna live long enough.
Humanity can die. All right. 1, we blow ourselves up, or 2, to like complete exhaustion because of a mass robot orgy. Which way would you rather go?
Andrew, what do you think? AF, exactly what you think.
I'm fairly certain every married guy in here has had the conversation with his wife at some point.
What conversation?
The threesome,
No, I have not. I have never had this conversation. Have you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Hell
Yeah, we had some early on agreements, so they never came to fruition. They never happened, but I mean, permission was given, you know,
Oh my god.
on my part. I told my wife, I said, if you want to cheat on me with another woman, go for it. I would love it.
Yeah, in my bed with a camcorder.
There weren't any stipulations.
Oh, okay. MK says, Drew, it's called The List.
Oh yeah, we had our list.
We've never had such a thing.
I read about this guy.
Am I missing
Well, I'm
out? Have I been, you know?
I read about this guy once who told his wife, you know, if you cheat on me, I'll never forgive you unless it's John Bon Jovi. You get a pass for that. In fact, I want to be there when it happens,
No.
so I can brag about it afterwards. My wife banged John Bon Jovi, and I was there.
That'd be my wife's dream. She loves John Bon Jovi because that's like one of the first bands that came over to Russia, right? You know, just
Yeah.
It's John Bon Jovi.
And you know, he's aged very, very well. You know, I can't say the same for a lot of these old timers.
So getting into other things.
Can I show you something real quick? It's not really the best segue, but before we get too
Yeah,
far from the
yeah,
the Don Bluth thing,
Yeah, let's.
I
go
know I
for it.
shared this once privately, like in our text chat, but this is what my daughter did this when at KC Comic Con. I don't know, it was last year, and had Don Bluth. sign
Oh, that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Don Bluth did that for her.
Yeah, no, she did that and had him sign it.
Oh, she did. That's
Yeah,
super
it's her own
cool.
art. Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, pretty cool.
That's really good. Hell, I thought it was a convention sketch.
No, that's cool. I'll tell her that. She'll really appreciate that. And then
Like,
she
oh,
did
okay.
what's the guy that plays Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie? What was his name? Matthew Lillard. So
Oh, yeah.
he's the Scream ghost, and he's also the Five Nights at Freddy bad guy. And they did like a take where he's like wiping blood off a knife in both movies. They did like a throwback. So she did this like shattered. I think I showed you guys once. It's like the shattered mirror thing. She's good, man. She's cool. She's up in Alaska right now.
MK says that is really good. Totally evoked the movie.
Yeah, she did pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. Very good art skills.
Yeah, get a sex bot for that old ass owl. Ooh! It's not an O face; it's a who face. Ooh!
Ooh. Anyway, in comics today.
Wait! I missed the show last week. Did you guys show off all the goods? Who spent the most money?
You mean from Heroes Con?
Yeah.
We talked about Heroes Con a little while ago. So okay, really, hold on. Let me.
I
hide
just
the
never
screen.
saw the haul. Did you guys do the whole haul?
Oh yeah, we did the haul. I have.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
a stack. Andrew got a stack too. He got like several, but he does it for like, you know, a business or something.
Business, yeah.
Yeah.
You just do it to waste your life
Yeah,
savings.
My
I was
life
just kidding.
savings. Is,
I just,
yeah,
I
pretty
just
much.
showed off a couple of books I got, and then some signed books. Some signed
Oh, that's
books.
here I
cool,
go.
man.
The rest of it,
I'll show.
I had
Well, yeah,
bought-
I'm not trying to like do a repeat of the show, but if you got any like couple
No,
big
I got
highlights, right?
Yeah,
handy.
yeah. I got a couple right near me. Give me 1 second and I'll find them. Give me a second.
I'm just checking really quick.
Yeah.
From Heroes Con, I picked up a total of about a little over 450 comics.
Damn.
So
Yeah, they were all quarter bin too. Like he killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got some good books. Those are the ones Andrew got me. So he brought up some from his store, which are awesome. I've been getting into like some older comics, like the stuff that I can't like, the stuff that I never had access to as a kid because they were like, you know, 20 or 30 years before, right? MK said you guys were headed back after showing the haul. And MK said, was the quarter bin as good as hoped? Yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like, so a couple big takeaways. I've got a couple like primos here that I'll share in just a second, but like, I got my big things. My big things were so, and we covered this, but it's okay. We can talk about it again. Like, maybe because we've been doing this so long, and maybe I don't even know. Maybe it's just because the whole Marvel thing. Like, I've never gotten anything signed. Like, I don't. Andrew and I specifically too. Like, we've just never been into signings. Like, who cares? Like, I don't know. This year, there was a couple things I was like, I'm getting some things signed, and it was I have the Dark Knight Returns artist edition, so it's like a giant book, and it's just like it's like the whole thing, the original art.
Yeah.
And several years ago, I got Frank Miller to sign it in New York City, like when I was at New York Comic Con, and that thing weighs like 50 pounds. I lugged it all the way from Brooklyn, and damn near broke my back, and I got him to sign it. And Jansen, who is the inker on that book, he was like there too, but when I went to go get him to sign it, he was gone. I was like, fuck. So years later, here at Heroes Con, he's there. So I went,
cool.
I brought it and I got him to sign it. Andrew helped me with it, got him to sign it. And so that's my cherry, because now I have Frank Miller and Klaus Janson signed like their opus book kind of a thing. And then the only other thing I did that was signing wise is have you ever heard of an illustrator, a comic guy called Craig Thompson? He's straight up your alley.
Off the top of my head.
He did a book called Blankets, and he's done a few. He's really slow, but only because his work is like look at that. Like he's a straight up legitimate graphic novelist.
Wow. Yeah,
right.
That's cool.
And so he does this book called Blankets, and this is about growing up
looking at his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up in Wisconsin. Right. And so he's probably one of my favorite comic artists. Different style, not superhero at all. But like I was like, I have pretty much his whole discography, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get him to sign it. And like he did like sketches. Look at this.
Cool.
Here, I'll let me.
Oh wow, man, his like penmanship's like incredible there.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
He's super good.
Yeah, super.
So
nice.
like, yeah. So he did like, I basically got him to sign everything, and I picked up his new book, which just came out, which is why he's on tour. And so yeah, that was pretty slick. So
That's
I have
cool, man.
I have his entire, pretty much like everything he's ever worked on signed now, which is dope. And he even like screwed up once, like he signed the wrong name, and I like wrote, and Andrew and I got a new story out of it, which is great. Like it was like it wasn't like a hardbound book, like 400 pages, because I would have been pissed off. It was like it was like his first book, and I don't care. So it was enough for me that I could like write him a little bit and be like, you fucked my book up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. And Andrew is like, now has like we have a new Comic-Con story.
That should be like a special category to get shit graded. Artist fucks up their own name. It's like it'd be like a misprint on a card or
he fucked up my name because he writes to Todd or to Doc or whatever. And he wrote like what was the name? Was it Simon or something? What was it? It was Samuel. Yeah, Samuel. And then he like, I'll show it to you. And then I was like, yeah, that's great, but my name's not Samuel. And he's like, oh no. He's like, oh, it's totally like me to do that. So like, yeah, see.
Cool.
So they like crossed it out and put my name there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, man, that's cool. I don't care.
Holy cow, dude. I'm looking he's got some book called Habibi.
Yeah, I've got Habibi. I got that signed too.
But it's absolutely full of this. I love Islamic art and architecture and mosaic work.
That.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
this stuff is like beyond.
Yeah. Habibi is okay. It's probably one of my lesser favorite. He only has like 3 big. He's got a bunch of books, but his big ones are Blankets, Habibi, and Ginseng Roots.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the art. I mean, just like flipping through.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. He's really good.
Very, very
cool. Yeah, and so one of the other things that I picked up, I got a bunch of like really good books. Like I'll show you the one I'm really excited about last, but I picked up a bunch of like older books, like
that's a dope
Kirby
cover.
Like some old these were like fairly not that bad, like like they were actually pretty good condition, and it's like yeah, I don't know, man. Like they're so good. Like I don't know if they come across on screen, but like the cover and the art is
Mhm.
just.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
last couple
talk
was
about
dope. Yeah.
you can't look at anything modern anymore. What are you talking about? Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's
You really
just
can't.
these were legitimate masters, man. So I picked up a small run of Thor.
Sweet.
You know, like John Buscema Thor or Kirby Thor or John Buscema / Kirby Fantastic Four is kind of my jam right now.
Cool.
So here's look at that Buscema cover.
Yeah. Just wild.
It's just insane. And then yeah, I picked up like an older Fantastic Four just to have it because it was fairly
Mhm.
cheap, and I was like, oh hell yeah,
That's
right.
Cool. Mhm.
And then the one that I'm actually kind of like excited about, and the reason I'm excited is I've been doing a lot of research, because we're working on this adult fantasy show, right? We're going to be launching it soon. I'm on episode 3. I'm just trying. So we got 2 episodes complete. I'm on the 3rd episode. I'm trying to, and they're like 2.5 minutes. I'm trying to get just a few in the can. Maybe I'll launch after the 3rd. Maybe I'll launch after the 4th or the 5th. It's 3 to 5. I'm just really trying to get my cadence so I can do this ongoing for the rest of my life, basically. And inside of that research, I've been researching all of the old comics like Amazing Fantasy and Strange Tales, like a lot of the Tales from the Crypt kind of stuff, the EC
like old
comic
EC stuff. Yeah.
all that stuff. And again, I know it, but I don't know it. You know what I mean? Like, like if you show me a Strange Tales cover or something, I'm like, oh yeah, Strange Tales, I've heard of that. But if you ask me, like, I can't recognize any of the stories, except now I can because I've been studying it. So I happened to be looking at a Strange Tales issue online and just kind of like looking at the artwork. I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And it was like, I was really digging it because it was Kirby. Well, I'll even show it to you because basically, long story short, I found it and I picked it up. But I'll tell you what's so cool about it. So check this out. So I picked this up. It's Strange Tales number 142.
Oh, cool.
Right? I know it's reflective, but
yeah, it's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? But what's cool about this, what's really cool about this issue is it is, in my opinion, this is totally my opinion. It's not like some documented or whatever. There's a couple of cool things about this issue. First, Jack Kirby has it's Jack Kirby art and Steve Ditko. So it's great art. Right. But this issue is kind of when Jack Kirby's art started to look like Jack Kirby's art to me, because I'm looking at issues before it and it's Jack Kirby, but it's like a young Jack Kirby. This one, he's starting to do like kind of crazy panels and there's like Kirby tech in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's starting to look like that, like crazy Kirby stuff that will show up again in like 20 or 30 years.
Right. Yeah. Those like armor or whatever they're wearing there. It's like not typical, but it's like kind of different from anything that I would instantly recognize other than the general style. Like that's pretty sweet. Yeah,
it totally.
Dude, the piping on that gun and stuff is just so badass. It's fucking so rad, dude.
It's so good. And what's even cooler about this issue, and kind of was like, okay, I kind of need it, was when I was reading the issue online, I realized that this is the issue. And again, this is just super nerd stuff, but this is the issue where Stan Lee, because at this time they were doing, I don't think it was officially called Stan's Soapbox, but he was doing monthly letters. Like he would say, oh, this is what we're doing in Marvel this month, like doing his little promotional stuff. This was the issue where he describes the Marvel writing method.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And it's short, but it's like a couple like a little paragraphs. But he explains how they write the books, and basically he's like, I come up with some of the ideas and then give it to the artists, and they create all the stories, and I come back and put the word balloons. Like this is sort of the start of all the problems. You know what I'm saying? Like this is sort of the reference for everything. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I have to have
that's
that.
Cool, dude.
We use that model today, and
that's awesome, man. I mean, first of all, just on the merit of that cover, that's one of the dopest covers.
Oh, it's so good, and it's also, man, like it's really hard for me not to pick these up now because one, I didn't grow up with them, so I never had access to these.
Yeah.
Right. And two, like these are like
They're
just
so
the
much more aesthetically
quality,
pleasing,
the-
man.
the quality of what
Yeah.
they look like, and even the ones that like Andrew brought me. I think these were the ones that Andrew picked up for me. Yeah, like check these out. Like again, these are more Thor, right? But he brought these up. This is the Avengers. I think I might have picked this up. Yeah, I picked this up too. But like look how cool that looks.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's super dynamic.
And then like,
yeah,
I mean, it just pops off. They knew they were masters at grabbing attention.
Mm-hmm.
Masters at grabbing attention.
Yeah. You can feel the like power in the swing. You can feel the motion so well.
Just exactly. It's just power and physicality and motion. Like, look at this cover.
And it's like beefed
Look at
up.
that.
Yeah. And it's like, beefed up muscular stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
just insanely detailed, like everything's about to bust out, right? It's just enough
Right.
to That's
It's-
cool.
it's-
That Strange
yeah,
Tale one, though,
it's-
is still the best, man. That's
Oh.
dope. That's awesome.
That Strange Tale. Yeah. I'm actually I think that's gonna be my nerd for the next bit is like
Yeah.
getting these old like
Yeah.
I'd love
That
to
one
get some
kind
of
of
those
made me
old
horny.
I'd love to get some of those old like Amazing Fantasies, even if they're not in like the best condition. Like who cares?
Mhm.
And like some of this, like there's hundreds of these. There's like Strange Tales and
Yeah.
like there's a whole bunch in sort of that like. And what's crazy too is like, this was, what's amazing, and this is something that I didn't know. I'm sure it's common knowledge to like biographers and stuff, but like the Marvel universe, like the way that I understand the Marvel universe is like kind of the Stan Lee story where he was like, they were doing all this stuff and kind of they were doing random stories and like he was going to quit and he was kind of bored after doing hundreds of issues. And his wife says, well, if you're going to quit anyway, you might as well do a book that you actually are proud of. And so he said, you're right. I'm going to do a book and then I'll just quit, but at least I'll have something that I'm really excited about. And that book was Fantastic Four #1. Right. And I kind of, and that's true. At least true as we know. But by reading all of these old stories and kind of seeing it, like it was all peppered through these Strange Tales types of books. Like, Strange Tales ended up becoming like the place where they put Doctor Strange because they said, oh, well, it's Doctor Strange and Strange Tales. Like, and like all of these characters, they weren't characters. Like they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of issues where like a monster comes out and then there's an alien and then the monster fights the alien and the humans to blame. And it was very like 1950s sci-fi version of the Twilight Zone. Right. And they were just creating characters and do little skits of stories and then off you go. And it wasn't, and Spider-Man was one of those stories. It wasn't they were trying to create a superhero called Spider-Man. There was just yet another thing. They're like, okay, well, we've done monsters 100 times. What if we put a kid in a costume? Like it wasn't, there was nothing special about it. You know what I mean?
Night bullpen, scotch and a cigar kind of shit. Yeah.
And you can go through here and there's characters that are in these old stories that they repurpose. So like there's a character called Dr. Droom. Not Dr. Doom, Dr. Droom, right? And then there's like monsters that make their appearance again later on because they were like, oh, well, we'll just take that design and we'll just reuse it and now we'll give them a better name. And like it's really, it almost reminds me, and maybe it's just, again, I'm willing to say that maybe it's just because of my mindset right now, but it really reminds me of almost like modern day YouTube. And Andrew's told me this, right? Where you just start doing all the stuff and you produce it like constantly as much as you can. And over the course of time, you find out what the reader, in this case, the watcher, likes. And then you make more of that shit.
Right.
And so it's kind of like, I am really and you've seen these 2 episodes. Everyone here has, but like the videos that I'm making in my head are like weekly comic books. Like they're comic books for the video age, right? And so at least that's how I'm filtering it, you know. It's a straight up spin right out of old school, like
That's cool, man. It's all
Amazing Fantasy
iterative,
stuff.
you know. I mean, like, and you'll grab things and they'll pop up here and there. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting.
Neat, man. Cool. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. You got to come next year.
Yeah.
My
for
goal,
sure.
I will tell you, Doc, my goal next year, I'm working really, really hard on these episodes. I'm going to hit this shit fucking hard. And I'm not going to stop. And so I'm going to do everything I can to build up enough of a base so that we can start doing these conventions, because what I want to do is have us have a booth at some convention next year.
Yes, man. Yes, 100%. I'm ready.
Speaking of Andrew, KG was in Discord asking if any of us were going to Dragon Con.
I was.
Are you doing Dragon
planning
Con?
on it. No, I wasn't planning on it. I have an open invitation to go, but it's a matter of taking time out from the store, and I can't always do that. So you are just my special weekend buddy. So.
Aww.
But my friend Jason lives in Atlanta and has offered me his place anytime I want to come up to go to the show. So it's not always possible.
Yeah,
Which
it's not easy.
But yeah.
Have you guys heard about the Diamond bankruptcy and what's been going on with all of these comic publishers and RPG companies?
Yes.
Oh my God. So I want to talk about it a little tonight, especially it is fascinating.
Do you want to get my little input on what I've heard?
If you want, I have a bunch of articles and stuff, but go for it.
All right. Well, the gist of one of the biggest things that they're doing is the company that purchased Diamond is claiming that all the inventory that they had prior to filing bankruptcy is part of their bankruptcy, meaning anything that they had that was in their storeroom, they can liquidate it to pay back, to make money to pay back their debt. But a lot of the publishers are like, wait a minute, that stuff was held in your warehouses on consignment, meaning we own them. They're not Diamond's property. But the new company is saying it's in the warehouse, it belongs to us, which means if we want to sell it at a discount, like 95% off, we keep that money, you get nothing. And
so
the smaller companies are screaming, that's our shit.
Right. Oh, everyone is. It's not even that. So to spin on that, and we'll read some articles just to make sure that we're all on the right path. But yeah, from what I understand, just to put a little bit of a twist on what Andrew said, Diamond works as a consigner, right? So, and we've worked with Diamond. I did Diamond back in the day with some indie books. And the way that Diamond works is you're lending them your book and they keep it in storage. Like Andrew said, they keep it in their warehouse and then they distribute. Well, in their contracts is that, I assume it's in their contracts, that if they go bankrupt, they claim, because it's consignment, they can claim all of that as merchandise and then liquidate it and keep 100% of the profit. And so what's happening is, like, all of a sudden, like, there are, I think, hundreds of, at least dozens of small, of like mid, and I mean, Marvel, DC, these big companies too, but the mid guys and the small guys, these comic publishers and RPG companies, they're about to go out of, a lot of them are going out of business because they have like hundreds of thousands of dollars of merchandise. If you're an RPG company, for example, and you're, printing you do all the R&D and development of this game, and then you go to China or whatever, you go through the manufacturing process. Even if it's books, it's the same thing. You're going through this massive manufacturing process. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, development, research, coming up with the idea, spending all of the money to manufacture it.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond, then you ship it to Diamond. You have to understand, when Diamond gets the merchandise, at least 50%, if not 3/4 of it, is hold on for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, something just came up. Hold on for 1 second. I will be
Yep.
right back. Please continue.
No problem. I mean, I get it.
Well, there's
I wouldn't say I'd be happy about it, but it's like this. I think it's like it's going to be all the fine print somewhere, and either that or they had a bad negotiation for their bankruptcy processes. But I get it, man. It's like property on site and everything contained.
Yep. And I think a lot of small businesses it's gonna take them forever to become whole again.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot they can do about it.
Yeah, they could turn around and argue and say the cost to ship it back would be, would be going against trying to recover arrears or whatever it is,
Yeah. No, it's
not saying I
frustrating
agree
for
with
small
it, but
businesses.
I see why it's that way.
Yeah. No, it's horrible for them because they're like, we gave you this inventory
Mm-hmm.
on a consignment basis, meaning it belongs to us, but we're willing to allow you to hold on to it, and as long as you pay us for it. And when it sells, if it takes a year, if it takes 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're willing to do that, we have no problem with it. And then the bankruptcy screwed that whole thing over. And the new companies, like, we have no loyalty to these companies at all.
That's crazy. Yeah, right. They don't care. Yeah, of
and
course.
one of the things that they were saying is that they were planning on doing these huge discount sales to stores.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of stores that have come out and said, no, we're not going to take advantage. We're not going to take advantage of
Right.
this. And it's
Yeah.
What?
They played a reverse Uno.
Yeah,
we're gonna stick up for those little guys.
Yeah, but how many little stores are saying we're not going to do this because that screws the small business, and how many other stores are like, screw it, I need inventory.
Right, I need business. Yeah, exactly.
I need to make
even
money
if it's 15 cents per, right? Yeah.
So, not everybody's an honest engine,
Yeah.
Well, so who took over Diamond?
I forgot the name of the company, but it's Ad Popham or something. It's a. I don't know anything really about them, so.
I mean, so I'm assuming that they're either, they sound like one of those vulture capitalists who basically go in to pick the bones.
Well, they've already, from what I understand, they've already sold off Diamond's grading company, and they're working on selling off some other pieces of the company.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not trying to save the company. They're basically stripping it for parts.
Yeah, they don't care. The people that come in and take over that stuff, they get paid when they make the rest of the shit whole.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, so here's the question then: who's taking Diamond's place as a distributor, or is there really no one?
There are other distributors out there. There have been since COVID started. Lunar and there's another one. I forgot the name of it, but they've absorbed or over time have taken over like the major DC, Marvel, Image, and a lot of the other larger. Not a lot of companies were still with Diamond to begin with. It was the small fries that couldn't get absorbed into the other distributors that were still with Diamond.
It sounds like it's going to be something that's going to be held up in a lawsuit for the next 30 years.
Yep, it most definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So sorry about that, guys. Let's.
All right, Todd. Todd,
yeah.
Continue your rant, please.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I'm gonna just like read some of these articles because it's kind of crazy, man. Some of the fallout. Here's the other thing before we go into the article. Here's the crazy thing. And you might have already talked about it while I was gone. But like, you got to remember that a lot of the stuff that Diamond has, like a good 50%, if not more, that Diamond has are stuff that is not released yet. Like the big guys do reprints and, like Marvel and DC, but like most of the stuff is brand new. And so they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this stuff to manufacture it and to send it to a distributor to get it into stores. And the distributor is going to liquidate it. So these guys, not only do they not get paid, they lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, but when Diamond liquidates it, this is going to go to Ollie's. It's going to these wholesalers. And so there's a problem there where it really trickles through the business, because there's two things what happens when it goes to a liquidator like Ollie's or something. First, they don't get any money, right? You've got something that maybe a game, for example, that was going to retail for $100. Ollie's is going to sell it for $20, right? So there's that. So they don't get any money. The other and this is for like an unreleased product, like brand new products are going to be like dirt cheap. The other problem is that the public perception is that the games didn't do well or the comics didn't sell. The Diamond Distributors gets these books and they hold on to them for there's 3 months. So like there are going to be comics that are going to be in Ollie's and all these other stores and graphic novels that have never been released, that are being released at Ollie's basically for a discount price, because Ollie's doesn't know. They don't care. They're just buying it in bulk and discounting it. So like you're going to be able to go to Ollie's and get brand new toys, brand new comics, and brand new games at a fraction of the cost. And then the trickle is like, if you buy a book or a toy from a series or a game from like such a discounted price, why would you then go back to that company, to the actual gaming company or the comic company to continue when the price is going to be so much higher for the next issues, right? Or for the next game or for the other components, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy stuff.
I get that.
Yeah. So this is nuts. It's crazy stuff, man. So Wargamer reports that Diamond Distribution, already in serious bankruptcy quicksand, plans to sell off inventory coming from RPG publishers like Paizo. Paizo's huge. I think they do Pathfinder. No, Warhammer.
Yeah, they do Pathfinder. They do Pathfinder.
Okay. Yeah. So sans compensation, which could damage the RPG publisher's finances. Diamond Comic Distributors, a recently bankrupted company. I cannot believe that Diamond is bankrupt. That just blows my mind. That distributed RPG, but the comic industry is fine, everybody. That distributed RPG books from companies like Paizo, Wizards of the Coast, and other third-party D&D and Pathfinder publishers, so Pathfinder's involved in it too, has asked the bankruptcy court to allow it to liquidate its remaining consignment inventory. Essentially, this would mean that Diamond Comics Distributors can sell the comics, books, and RPG products still in its warehouses in order to pay off its creditors, all without giving a penny to the original publishers. And so they're just going into saying like what retail consignment is, which we kind of covered. And they want to sell consigned inventory free and clear of liens, claims, interest, and encumbrances. Like they just want to be able to sell like, all those DC books, all those Image Comics, all those RPG stuff. Like, yeah, no worries. Like we're just going to sell it all. It's crazy stuff, man. I couldn't believe when I read this, and I spoke to my attorney. Glicker continues, and Glicker's from Roll for Combat, who's really been impacted by this. He said he looked it over, and his exact quote to me was, "It's not as bad as you think it is. It's much worse." So this is going to be, he's got 120,000 worth of product at their warehouses. So now people are kind of like trickling through, and it's kind of getting like, word is kind of getting around. And so this is Matt Moylan from Udon Studios. So Udon is a comic book publisher. They've been around for a long time. They do a lot of great stuff. A lot of anime, Street Fighter stuff. They've been around for a long time. Darkstalkers back in the day. We placed notices a few places, but just for any North American comic shops who haven't heard, please don't buy Udon books from Diamond Comics. We don't ship to them anymore. They're holding our remaining inventory hostage, i.e. refuse to return it to us. They continue to sell Udon product, even though we've told them they have no right to do so. They refuse to pay us for sales of that merchandise. They plan to liquidate our inventory without our permission or paying us for it. dude, like Udon product is only legally distributed through Simon and Schuster, Lunar Distribution, and Universal. Do you understand? Like, they're like, hey, can we have our stuff back? And they're like, no. And then they're continuing to sell the product to shops and keeping it all for themselves. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
And then
pretty wild.
And then as it goes on, like, so Image Comics is having layoffs because of all this. At least 4 staffers are gone. And Image Comics, for those that don't know, they don't really have much overhead. Like, I think they only have like 25 employees, even though they publish books like Walking Dead and stuff like that.
Was it any of their union staff?
Well, I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. Probably they would have to, but these are like the publicist is now being laid off. This person's been there for 10 years as a library market sales representative. So in the book market, so the person who gets the stuff in the libraries is gone. The inventory manager and the marketing designer who designs images previews catalog. So like they're all getting laid off.
Well, there's not going to be a previews catalog anymore, so you really
well,
don't
no,
have
but
person
anyway. It's marketing design, so any kind of advertising, right? But it's crazy stuff. And then Dynamite might actually go bankrupt. Dynamite Entertainment has filed paperwork with the U.S. bankruptcy courts regarding Chapter 11 bankruptcy of Diamond Comics, claiming the payments that should have been made for comic books and merchandise delivered should be counted as administrative expenses, with hundreds of pages of listings of items that had not been paid for. If successful, Dynamite will receive payments as a matter of priority. Diamond Comic Distributors, Inc., the debtor and entity in its bankruptcy, challenged this attempt. It's crazy. Like, Dynamite is currently owed over $1 million for shipments made to the debtor, a majority of which are administrative expenses. Dynamite, a small company with less than 30 employees, does not have the funds to make payroll next week if it is not promptly paid by the debtor. And that, I mean, it's so big. I mean, it also just shows you how thin the margins are for these comic and game companies. You know?
Yeah. I can't imagine it's very much wiggle room.
Mm-mm. You know, Dynamite's not small. They're not huge, but they're not small.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you want to catch up. Let's see. Universal was named Stalking Horse bidder. Auction Alliance Entertainment was named top bidder of the assets for $72 million. They're not for Diamond UK. Joint bid, blah, blah, blah. This is all the bidding, the bankruptcy crap. I don't really totally care about any of that, all that stuff. Yeah, look at all this.
That's just all the articles that they've written.
Yeah. Look at all that. Wow. It's kind of a mess, man. It's kind of a mess. And then like companies like Marvel, what they're starting to do to kind of eat their costs for this, or they're just starting to do exactly what we, like Andrew and I, have talked about for ages. The joke about, well, if all they're doing is selling variant covers and variant cover books, well, why don't you just have like a variant cover books interiors as well? And that's what they're doing. They're actually the 2025, they're having a swimsuit special, which they haven't done in a long time. It revives the iconic 90s format, which was great, but basically it's all just recycled artworard. The whole thing is just recycled artwork. They're just taking the stuff they have in stock and repackaging it and reselling it because they already own it.
There's actually story pages in there too. So
Yeah.
It's not like the old Marvel swimsuit issue. It's got story pages as well.
Yeah, it's a little nuts, but it does honestly. And I heard this. Who did I hear this from? Was it Shane Davis? Maybe it was probably Shane Davis, but I thought it was a good idea. I was like, I think he said, you know, their new books aren't selling. This is clearly, you know, the books that sell are the facsimiles. they should just turn into a facsimile company where they're just repackaging like these stories, right? If they reprinted these runs, these old runs that I can't really find anymore,
Yeah, that'd be
and it
cool.
was like
I'd read it.
on decent paper, I'd be going back to the comic shop. Like just go back to the 50s and start over, basically. Go back to like 1952 or something and just like start printing all the same books month after month. You don't have to pay any of the artists anything because you own it all, right? They'll save a ton of money and they'll make more sales. And honestly, like any of the new books, they should just like license out because they're just not good at doing it anymore.
Well, you know, that's what Image Comics did with The Walking Dead. When The Walking Dead was finished, they started putting out The Walking Dead Deluxe, which was a color version. And they started with issue number 1, and a lot of people weren't sure how far they were going to go. They're up to like issue 130 already. And there was only 193 issues in the series. So they're going to go do the whole entire thing in color. And they're doing alternate variant covers for every
Let me tell you. And I again, I'm probably a special case. So I recognize if this is not a thing. If they reprinted the books on newsprint, not glossy paper, if they printed it on newsprint, I would buy every fucking issue. All of them. Like I would buy everything. That would get me back into the comic shop. If you reprinted all of the original Fantastic Four stuff, all of the Strange Tales, all of it, and it was on decent newsprint, like a little better quality newsprint than back in the day, like the 90s newsprint would be perfect. And I'd be all over it. 100%.
If they're going to do that, they're going to put it on slick ass cover and
slick
ass
paper,
paper, and they're going to charge $3 to $4 to $5.99 an issue. That's what they're going to do. That's how they would do it.
Oh,
I know. And it's too expensive.
They're never going to reprint it in newsprint. They won't.
I know they should. I mean, in my opinion, they should just do that newsprint, lower quality, and 99 cents. And I would be spending 20, 30. I'd be back in the comic shop spending 30, 40 bucks a week. You know. But that's just me. What do you think?
I'd buy some runs of old comics like that, man. Even just for the art.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure the stories are great, but I can't even think of the last time I bought a comic, to tell you the truth.
Well, look, I'm a Wednesdays child. Like I had the habit of hopping in my car or before I even drove, like, you know, having my mom take me to the comic shop every single Wednesday. And I did that for over 20 years, maybe longer, 30 years. Right. And they broke me of that habit. The industry broke me of that habit because it got to the point where all of the books were so bad that I just couldn't buy anything. Or really what it was is like when everybody started going to social media and you started to kind of like learn the personalities of the people, I was like, well, I don't want to support that person.
Yeah, that jerk. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was a real ass. So I'm not going to buy that book. And it just trickled across, you know, all these people went nuts. And all of a sudden you're like, even if, you know, there's like 20, and this is something I'll never understand. I do not understand for the life of me. And I do understand, but from a business perspective, why Marvel did not fire these people when they were starting to talk on social media. Because Marvel, when I was there, they had full control, even their freelancers. Like you were like, if you said something about the release of a movie or a project that you were working on,
right?
If I was to be like, hey, everybody, here's the cover that I just drew, and this is to the book that's coming out next month, you'd be fired. You have to wait until they give you a release to say, yeah, you can, you know, once it's like in Previews Magazine or it's on the shelves, you can show all the shit you want. But like, you had to kind of watch what you said because it's obviously like they don't want to spoil it for everybody.
Right.
And why they didn't do the same thing when everyone started talking political crap in like 2016, 2012, whatever, why there wasn't a note that wasn't like, hey, if you work for Marvel or DC or whatever, do not please, you will don't attach yourself to us
Right.
with political messages,
Mm-hmm.
or anything, because these people started going crazy. They should have just had someone in HR send them a DM, say, hey, we saw that post.
Yeah,
We'd
for sure.
appreciate it if you weren't a fucking psycho. And that would have solved most of it. Right. But they didn't. They just let it go. And they were like, we can't do anything about that. Freedom of speech.
Right.
And you're like, well, now there's like, now there's like 10 people that work on this book, right? Like a writer and a penciler and an inker and editors and letterers and pre-press and all assistant editors. There's all these people that work on this book, but there's one crazy motherfucker on there, and I'm not going to support it because of him or her. Right. And so all of a sudden, like, I'm not buying in comics anymore because you can't support anybody.
Right.
They're all nuts.
That is a good percentage of the world in general.
It's true, bro. It's true. Andrew, I have a really quick, because we, it's 9:30. We're going to be wrapping up, I'm sure, in a minute. But like, how's your week? Do you have any books to show? Any new slabs or anything?
No new slabs. I did get a collection recently, and it was just a lot of filler books. The only thing that's actually really cool, but not worth it very much, is this copy of the 1965 Fantastic Four Annual number 3, which reprints
awesome.
the wedding of Sue Storm, Sue and Reed. But
That's
it's
cool.
it's all beat to shit and so
Oh, wow.
But still, it's a really nice 72 pager.
Is that a reader copy for you, or?
No, it's potentially a grader, even at a low grade, maybe a 2 or a 2.5. It's still be a $40 book. Might be worth grading just to have, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have a stacks of books I want to have graded, so it may be low on the totem pole, but it may get there one day. It's not something I just want to give away. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so, fair enough.
Yep. And the rest of the stuff I got was all filler stuff, so
nothing you want to show?
Nothing worth showing, really.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I haven't. I think one of the next things I'm going to do is I'm really excited to have a. I thought it was going to be a summer project, but I think it's going to be a fall project of like, starting to organize my collection a little bit. Did you just drop everything, dude?
I just knocked over the shit I just picked up. God damn it.
Quit doing that.
What did you knock over?
A stack of books and stuff.
Oh, okay. Wah, wah, wah. Doc, are you excited to see Superman movie or Fantastic Four?
I was just going to say something about that. I'm actually probably more excited about Superman actually than Fantastic Four.
Yeah, me too.
I think it looks pretty cool.
If anybody sees Superman, please don't spoil it. I'm seeing it tomorrow.
He flies.
There's a dog in it.
Well,
From
all
another planet.
right.
Nah, I think it sounds cool, man. I actually want to take the kids to it. Fantastic Four, it looks cool. We're probably gonna get pissed off about Galactus. Look, man, here's the deal, bro. They're like, I saw things like, we finally understand Galactus's size, and it's like a 2-second clip of a foot going through like New York or wherever it is, like giant foot.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's still too small. Like the Earth should be like the size of a fucking shooter marble or whatever, right? I mean, like they're talking like maybe a cantaloupe. All right.
Yeah.
You ain't trodden no foot on the damn Earth. You're Galactus. Why? I mean, I'm sure he can shrink and grow, whatever, man. I know you got to fight him somewhere. I'm saying this motherfucker needs to be big. I saw the clip with the Silver Surfer and her voice, and I felt like it was like you tried too hard to make this person sound metal.
Yeah.
It's like angelic, robotic, mysterious. It's just like too much harmonics in it, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do. I want the Fantastic Four movie to be good.
I want it to be good. It's like it's like this. It's like two movies, well, at least from the clips, which obviously have serious nods to the original work, right? Or
Yeah.
the spirit of the original work, right?
Yeah.
Even the way that the thing is designed, just all the stuff. You get some of the Kirby shit, whatever. But I think that I think DC knows they have to try harder on this one, right?
Mm.
And Marvel, I think they tried hard, but I think that it's like, Marvel can't be just slipping in movies anymore because some of that shit sucks. I tried to watch Ironheart some too. I didn't really get too far in that, but I think Superman's going to be pretty cool. He's going to be goofy and fun and very comic booky.
Yeah, I love the 60s vibe. There's a lot that I really like about the Fantastic Four movie, and I really want to like it. I'm a little bit afraid because I don't think Marvel. I think they lost their mojo. Like they don't.
That's what I'm
know how to
saying.
make it. Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
don't.
saying.
Yeah, 100%. Like I agree. Like I don't think they can do it. And I'm sure they're gonna, like you said, with the female Silver Surfer. That doesn't bother me. I get it.
That doesn't bother me. I just didn't like her voice.
Yeah, I don't like the design. I don't
like the design either, man.
I'm hopeful. I really want it to be a good movie, but I think you're right. I think Superman is probably a hope is going to be a better movie. I'll be honest, man. Gunn's movies are like the last several have been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, his Suicide Squad. I mean, I know it didn't do that great at the box office.
I thought it was good, dude.
I loved it, man. I've seen it like 3 times. I've seen that movie. I've seen his. I haven't seen the other ones because they look terrible. I've seen his Suicide Squad 3 times, and I'm like, man, it's so good. So I mean, it's simple. It's not, but it's also a superhero movie. Like it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like Ishtar. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that was good stuff. I was making sure I was thinking of the right one. Yeah, that was funny. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's well paced, whatever. Who directed the Fantastic Four one? Is it still like?
Oh, I don't know.
Usual.
Joker? You got look it up. Look it up, bro. You got.
Who directing? Matt Shackman. Don't know who that is. He did Cut Blank, Mysterious Circumstances. Wait, no, that's an actor. All right. Yeah, that's the director. And a former child actor. He's directed Sunny in Philadelphia, Fargo, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
You're seeing these this weekend or something? I forgot. Sorry.
No, I'd like to. Fuck, that's so expensive, dude. I'd like to. I asked Amelia if she wanted to go, but fuck, that's like big money. I went with she was in summer school. They had a field trip to the theater, and I saw the live action Lilo and Stitch. So.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it was.
Was it good?
Whatever. It's okay, but I mean,
yeah.
The scientist guy in the original one, he's got the Russian voice. They de-Russianized him. I was like, come on, guys. What's wrong with having a Russian bad guy?
Yeah, you can't. Well, you're not allowed to.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, man. It's stupid. Look, I would rather watch like the live action than the CGI remake. Well, I mean, like, fuck Aladdin. I ain't even touching that 10-foot pole. No way, no how. But I mean, I also lived in Hawaii, so like, it's like Hawaii. There's Hawaii music. But, whatever. Why redo it? No point. That's stupid. That's classic. Some things just need to be animated.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think there's any reason, like you said, I
There's
don't
no
think there's any reason to redo it.
I mean, it was palatable, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I mean, it's not like I chose to see it. It is, or like the How to Train Your Dragon one. That's a perfectly good movie. All of them are. Love them.
Yeah.
We love them,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It looks like they did a really good job with it, the live action thing, but why? This just shows how tired they are.
Well,
They
I
just don't-
think it's because they don't know
they
what to
just don't have
do.
shit. They don't.
They
have
don't know
shit.
how.
I
They,
mean, you could argue that, so you could argue that like animation is a vehicle to make like bigger than life stuff that you couldn't ever do before, right? I mean, maybe in the beginning, right? You could tell stories you could never do through traditional film because you're doing stop motion or shit like that. Like, but you get into this kind of stuff, and animation in itself is just a beautiful art form in itself. So yeah, so who cares? So yeah, now you have the great VFX where you could make this stuff and it look really, really, really real. But why?
right.
It's like you're taking the spirit of the art form of the animation. I think the dragons probably look cool. I bet in it, whatever. We love Toothless. Everybody loves Toothless, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just I don't know. I think I have to. It's hard, man, because like, I also have to like thank God that they don't know what to do anymore because it like
True that, man. True that. You know
I
what?
mean?
We
Like, you guys,
watched
let's just watch.
Amelia and I watched because we got like our breakfast show, right? So we had watched they're both DreamWorks actually. Voltron on Netflix, which is an awesome, great, super rad show. But we just finished Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast, man. And if you've never watched that show, it is so fucking good. Your daughters would love it.
What is it called?
Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast. It was like a web comic or something. And it's about it's like 200 something, I don't know, somebody 240 years in the future, whatever. Something happened, animals started to talk, people live underground, but it's fresh, it's funky, it's got great characters, it's got awesome storytelling. I was crying at the end. I cried at the end. So I didn't say anything. But like it's cool. There's like some music, some fun, it's cool. It's really, really good. Your daughters are just the right age for it, man. It's like stylistically fun, and it's so crazy because the main character Kipo, she is voiced by, and I can't think of her name right now, Karen Fukushima, who is in The Boys as the she's like the mute.
Oh, yeah, she's really good.
Fucking
She's
like
awesome.
instructor, right? Who doesn't ever talk.
Yeah.
And here she's like
Yeah.
Valley. She's playing like a Valley girl teenager almost kind of thing, right? Like super exuberant, right? It's pretty awesome. Good voice.
That's
but
awesome.
it's got great voice acting. It has really good voice acting. That's the same thing with the Voltron. I mean, half of it is the voice actors that they had attached to it. They expressive, carried the story. It was just good. Yeah, check it out. It's like 3 seasons.
Did
Yeah, I
anybody
will.
Watch,
That's awesome.
Did anybody watch the K-pop Demon Slayer?
No,
My kids saw that today and they loved it.
Freaking loved it. I loved every
Yeah?
minute of it.
That's cool. We'll have to check it out.
Great. It was great. Yeah, my wife and I watched it, and she turned to me and says, "Did you like that?" I said, "I loved it." And she said, "Yeah, I figured you would." So
It's really good.
It's by the Sony Animation Studio, the same one that did the Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I caught like the first 5 minutes of it. I was just previewing it, and I was like, that's familiar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 2 of my favorite characters in the entire movie don't say a word. They're just awesome.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
The demon tiger and the demon bird.
Yeah.
The kids were like saying that they love it and they want to watch it again, and like they're already like all over it. They don't even know what
tunes.
K-pop is, so now they're being
Yeah.
exposed to them.
It has catchy tunes and great characters and fun animation and a good story, and yeah.
That's cool.
Recommend it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, any plans for the weekends, guys?
By the way, I just saw something earlier. I don't know if you
Not really.
but has anybody seen the Red Sonja trailer?
No.
Mm-mm.
Any good?
There's a really funny part at the very end, like an extra scene at the end.
That doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement.
Well, I'll watch it.
Did you see? And I mean, I know you guys aren't like big gamers, but if you want to just like dovetail into sci-fi, there is a new game for The Expanse coming out, right?
Ooh,
And
we love The Expanse over here.
Bro.
Oh, I
like,
saw that. I saw the demo
did you
for it. That looked
see
amazing.
4-minute trailer, dude. It is
That looked
so
awesome. Yeah.
fucking sick. As soon as I hear those mag boots click, I'm like, it like gets me hard, dude. I fucking love The Expanse. It is the
Expanse
best.
is awesome. We're on book 6 now. Like we're
I
listening
need to
to the
read that,
audiobooks.
dude. Like, can we just crowdfund that? I actually looked it up the other day. It's like, how much was each Expanse? What was it? It was like 10 million an episode. It was anywhere between 1.3
It was
and
ridiculous.
10
I know.
million
I
an
know.
episode.
I'm still
It's like-
upset. I'm still upset that they were not able to continue the series. But I do understand.
But they
I
could
really do.
because as I read, I mean, I haven't read the books, but as I understand where they left off, the next part would have been like a gap in time, like they would have takes place at a later point in time.
That's what I hear. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want any spoilers.
That's all I know. That's all I
Yeah.
know. I want to know what happens to that zombie girl, some other shit. Like damn,
I
man.
know.
That makes me want to rewatch that. Because that's over a decade old now already.
It's a
I think it came out. I
blows
think it
my
came out in
mind.
2018, dude.
Yeah,
Seems like yesterday.
it does. It's crazy. It's super crazy, and it's. I mean, it's hell. It's standing up through time. Whatever, man. It's so good. Like the books are really nuanced.
Yeah.
And we're at a point now where it's starting to vary a little bit from the TV show.
hmm
And so yeah, it's like really it's just really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm-
They have the
it's
Telltale
one of my
game
tops.
too. They have the Telltale game, which is like choose your own adventure stuff. That's all about
Yeah, yeah,
Drummer,
yeah.
who I love. Is probably like maybe my favorite character. I love her a lot.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's actually different in the book. Like she's not as I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Yeah, I know she's
Like-
not as like. I've read some of the differences. and
yeah,
how they
her
merge a couple
her
characters.
character in the show is my favorite character in the show. It's
Yeah, I
like-
think mine too.
Yeah.
I really think
Yeah.
so.
Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna pack it in because I'm kind of beat. But
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday, and yeah,
Happy
man,
Friday.
good things to come. Have a good weekend. Okay,
All right, brother.
Boys,
Have a good
see
night,
ya.
y'all.
love you guys. See you soon,
See ya.
and thank
Bye.
you everybody for coming out. See you soon. Peace out. Have a great weekend.